Good morning or evening or whenever you're watching this video. Just quickly checking goats before I feed cows. And it is all quiet on the Western Front. Just insane how yesterday played out. I've never had such a chaotic day in my life. I have no words. I'm just very happy and very proud of the results. It's been a long time coming of trial and error. And now we finally look like we have something that kind of works, because we had 7 babies yesterday in total. And I've never witnessed such chaos in my life when it comes to birthing animals. I'm so excited for in the future when I can kid out groups of 100. I really feel like I have found my calling with the goats. Yeah, so we've got 5 does left in this group to kid, and 2 or 3 of them I think they look insanely close to kidding. And later today when I'm coming back here, I'll be moving this little family back into the group pen so that we can start having this stall ready for whoever else is kidding next. And Margaret over here is just going to stay in this pen by herself with her single buckling, because I think that's the safest option for everyone involved. And she's doing all right. That was a tough pull for her last night. I wasn't expecting her to have any trouble, but we can always be surprised by a big buckling. They always cause a little bit of trouble. All right, Pyet here went into labor about an hour and a half ago, and she's got one single red doeling. Absolutely beautiful. The only problem, Pyet has no milk. So, a year and a half ago, Pyet had a set of twins. They were bucklings. They were very hard on her udder, and when I dried her off, she actually had already dried off her milk supply, but it had like a bunch of growths, and I don't know what else was in there. It wasn't mastitis, it was like actual growths, like almost like little golf balls that were stuck in there. So I dried her off. I was planning on culling her, but I decided to have her bred again because she's a purebred registered boar goat. So she was very fully capable of taking care of babies before her udder was shot. So what I'm doing now, she's got no milk, but she really, really loves this baby. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed the baby goat, and Pyet is gonna be the mother. So I don't have to babysit this baby all the time. I'll just come in and feed her 3 times a day, and then Pyet will do the babysitting for me. So it's honestly like the perfect way to get a really tame baby goat, because I don't have to watch it 24/7. Because with baby goats, it's a lot more work than you think, because you actually gotta wipe bums to help them pass their poop and their urine, and then at least this baby goat will still be a baby goat, kind of. Like sometimes the bottle babies just end up being a little strange. So this way, she still gets to learn how to be a goat. She still gets to drink milk. Pyet is happy because she gets to raise a baby, and we're all happy all the way around. So I'm very happy that she had a little baby doeling. She's only ever given me bucklings. has some colostrum warmed up for the little baby there. And Pyet is very protective, so we're gonna see if she'll even let me feed the baby with her there, and otherwise I'm just gonna have to take the baby out and then put her back. So that was not the easiest bottle feeding that I've ever gotten started, because she was already used to the feel of a mama's teat, so it took a little bit. So I don't know, Pyet got really in my face there. She's kind of like, this is my baby, feeding her is my job. So Pyet doesn't know, she doesn't have milk, unfortunately, so this little co-parenting might be a little bit difficult to begin with, because she's very protective of her babies, so I have to really watch. She'll get right up in my face. She won't do anything other than kind of snort in my face if I'm not like aggressive, so that's why you see me just kind of like ignore it and just kind of keep feeding the baby goat. There's not really any other way to go about it unless I want to totally pull the baby off, but right now that's gonna really upset Pyet. Like, she's been trying to steal other babies from other goats, so I'm happy to just let her babysit and mother the baby. don't think I've ever seen a goat so pregnant. She has to have like 4 in there. Princess, you're so big. At least triplets. All right, so we're 2 days after everyone has kidded. So the youngest baby is 2 days old. I still have 4 does left that need to kid out. And I'm gonna bottle feed the little doeling that was born 2 days ago because Pyet has no milk. And she's gotten a lot better with sharing the workload with me. So that's good. She's not up in my face anymore, like concerned when I'm feeding the baby. We're having a scuffle here with somebody's getting too close to a baby. They're all trying to figure out whose baby is whose. And then that little one right there is the one that I have to bottle feed. Yeah, I got her. I gotta help you feed her. I know. All right, so it's the evening. Still no progress with any labors for the last 4 does. I don't think. They're all fighting at the feeder for some good alfalfa hay over there. Either way, I wanted to walk you guys through a rapid fire of all the babies' names so far. So we've got S'mores, Naruto, Kovu, Bubbles. Those 2 over there are purebred registered, so I want to give them some special Western themed names. Comment if you have any, as well as the one of Pyet's babies. Oh my gosh, they're stuck. And then over here, we have, this is Chai. And then we've got Mr. Earl Grey over here. So everybody has a name except for my purebred registered babies. And yeah, like this one. She's super cute. She's hungry because I don't think Cammy has enough milk. So I'm helping to supplement with these ones. This is why I bought a Nubian. Questions regarding my management plans and why I do what I do when I do it. Yeah, your baby is behind me. She's right here. Mother, that's your baby. Big question was, why don't you wait to kid in warmer weather? And my biggest reason for that is parasites and flies. There's a lot of lice as well during the summer. There are worms, you know, parasitic internal worms that they can get. And a lot of that is a lot less during the winter or the colder weather. Kidding out in March is kind of like the perfect one because you're kind of guaranteed not minus 30 or 40, but you're also not guaranteed really warm weather. I like to take time off to make sure that I'm here for kidding. So for my work schedule, it's easiest for me to kid out in March and April because that's when the least amount of field work is happening at the dairy farm. So I'm helping to silage in the summer. There's a lot of people doing extra chores, like Jan does a lot of manure hauling, Miriam does disking. There's a lot of stuff going on basically from May through all the way to October. So if I'm kidding out during those other times, it's a lot harder for somebody to cover my shifts that I do normally. My last reason for kidding out at this time of year is simply that the kids have a longer time period to grow before winter hits again. These kids will probably be closer to 7 months old, which means they'll be bigger and able to keep their body heat better, when they're outside, if I can have them in an enclosed space in the corral, which I will be working on this year. So my plan is basically to just create hardier babies that have more time to grow, more time to eat grass, and get really strong and chunky before they have to go into their first winter. So these guys will hopefully be very successful at that as a result. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how these guys grow over the summer. Sorry, we've got a little doeling here bumping. She's so sweet. She's so cute. Are you hungry? Do I need to go get you a bubba? Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess there are requests being made for the kitchen.